Yo, what
Hello.
is up? What is up, FILA family? Welcome to. I guess this is your real. I guess we went live quick earlier throughout the week, but this is your first live show.
Yeah.
Welcome to Living the Dream. This is an afternoon show. It'll be our FILA Sunday show. Look, guys, we don't have baseball unless you're gonna watch college baseball. We don't know how long we're not gonna have baseball. We don't know how long we're not gonna have. We got playoffs, and then after that, we get and then United. We got you covered with United. Now we're gonna have you covered with the
Yeah.
Dream. But let's go ahead and go into how's everybody's day going? It's a pretty day outside down here in Tallahassee. How you guys doing? Where you guys at?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm right here in Southern California. Little hazy, but for the most part, beautiful day. Beautiful day.
I'm feeling better now that my neighbors stopped being loud. So I'm just put that out there.
I guess we can say we're all living a dream. I'm sorry I had to record it right there, but we're all living a dream right now.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and let's go. Everybody, some people in the comments. What's up, D Coleman? What's up, Wallace? How you doing? Wallace always comes in here and checks us out. But we're gonna get into some topics. I guess we can first start off. We were all there at the press conference we had with Dan Padover and Miss Tanisha Wright. For you guys' opinion, what did we get what you really wanted, or was it just kind of sort of? It was kind of just like a normal press conference. What do you guys go
um,
for?
I would have to say it was kind of a normal press conference. I do feel like individuals like ourselves and like Bleacher Report kind of dropped the ball because it was a press conference about our training camp signings, and then it got turned into a press conference about just the off season, which is really good because it helped fans like ourselves be able to understand what kind of the moves were, the decision making behind that. So I think all in all, it was a good offseason. I think it was a good press conference. There is going to be some more that are going to be coming up. I can let y'all know that as well. I've been talking to somebody from PR that is a part of Atlanta Dream, and they have stated that it is coming soon. Don't have a specific date, but we will get another press conference going. We'll actually be able to talk to the players and understand why they signed on, and why they're living the dream. So
I mean, that's we're gonna be here. Like I said, this is a summer sport now. Like I mean, this is
yep.
really it's right after the NBA playoffs. You still want to watch basketball. You got to watch WNBA. It's a lot of potential that I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to. It's a lot of like actual really good basketball that a lot of people don't pay attention to, and it's crazy. This is Dream anniversary. Yeah, this year is the Dream anniversary, and I don't think a lot of people know that. That's the crazy part. I feel like a lot of people like maybe saw a tweet about it, but wasn't really paying attention about what it was. You don't get a lot like you have Hawks commercials. You have Dream commercials like during the Hawks games, but they're not telling you information. Like you should,
Yeah.
this is the anniversary season, buy season tickets. Like the promotion value. This is a big season for us, and I think what we really need to realize is that all around, this has been a great. I mean, the off season has been really good. I mean, you can't be mad at what we did. I think that the thing that a lot of people didn't like was the whole Kenny Carter thing. Look,
Oh yeah. It's
that
all day with it.
you got an all star, you got somebody with experience in the league. You can't be mad at what we got in return. You got extra picks, you got draft capital. Now you can say, well, you can draft somebody that might not actually be they might not match this. What if Kenny Carter is better than the person you draft? It doesn't really matter at this point. Like, I mean, we traded her. She's not on our team no more. Our first home game is versus the Sparks, though. So if you want to go be there, you want to go cheer for her. I mean, that's on you. But if you want to go support your team, our first home game is versus the Sparks.
I
What would
just
you like,
want to say
Devontae?
that
What's your
everybody
opinion?
needs to definitely come out there and support your dream. What else you gonna do in the summer? Go to the Ferris wheel? That's a
Exactly.
little boring now. I don't care about the other Ferris wheel. Come see our players that actually want to be here, that actually want to get out there and play for Atlanta. As far as the Kennedy Carter situation, we're going to drop it after today because she's not on this team anymore. We're going to see who we get with that third, 14th, and 15th pick. Because
Hmm.
Kennedy, as far as how her actions were at this team, if she wasn't on Twitter talking at everybody and doing the things that she did, she would probably still be here because I'm pretty sure they wanted her to stay. That
Oh,
trade
most
happened.
definitely. I think Dan emphasized on that at the beginning, yes, it was, but
Mm.
Tyrone, I mean, it's like what he said in the last live that we had. Who is going to take that offer and like not strike a deal, you know? Who's going to not do that? You get an all-star caliber guard. I don't care what anybody says. I feel she's a better player all around, formidable than what we had last season with arguably one of the greatest ball hoggers, you know, to come or grace themselves in the W, and that's Courtney Williams. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, okay? A lot of the toxicity that we had is gone, and it's like some of these fans, they want to consistently put themselves in a position where they want to deal with the negative nostalgia, and it's like, come on now, like we got a really good player, and like y'all are settling it short because you don't like her, you don't like her playing style. Her playing style, if not, in my opinion, supersedes what Courtney Williams was able to do for other players. That's something that needs to be, you know, shown and needs to be recognized.
Well, she didn't advance the ball, so like her new nickname for me was Quicksand, because that's all it was, seeing Courtney out there, and especially how she ran.
She played ISO ball. Like, it's cool if you can be a cool ISO player. Like, you know, you have James Harden in the NBA. He's a cool ISO player. You got KD. These guys, they can play ISO ball. Okay, you get the WNBA. We have killer, like Sabrina Ionesco, even after injury, is a killer ISO player. It's her name. I can't think of her name on Dallas. The one that went to Notre Dame. The one that hit the big shot in the championship game. That's an ISO player. But you're not. If you're Courtney Williams, you're not an ISO player. What are you accomplishing playing ISO ball and it's people open? Yeah, and you're not, like, if your vision is bad, then you can say that. But you have ISO play. Like, you're not an ISO ball player.
And I mean, just to be, you know, to add testament to that, go watch, you know, Athletes Unlimited. She got her own. She's on a team right now on Team Sims. If they did win last night, so you can go and watch, you know, her play. You can see the dysfunctionality that she brings. You know, when she's mic'd up, you know, she's not talking about like we. It's like, y'all need to do better. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do that. While she's harking up shots, you know, and it's like, y'all need to do this so that I could look good, you know, and that's the type of mentality that she brings to a team. I'm sorry. I'm glad she's gone. I'm glad Kennedy Carter's gone. I don't care if y'all felt like her getting suspended, Courtney Williams not getting suspended was like a bad decision. I don't give a shit. I don't care. They're gone. We're moving past that now. We as a team, in my opinion, are better. We're better, you know. And I'm gonna let the day by day games go by, every game go by, and I'm gonna let it say it for itself. We got a really good coach. We got really good GMs. You know, before we got on, Davonte pointed out, you know, the coach quit on the team last season, 2 weeks before the season started. Okay. We don't have that. We don't have any of the dysfunctionality that we had at the beginning of the season, which fucked us like a lead pipe, you know, going on. I'm just being honest. Like I love when I can give people the honest truth, and that's the honest truth, is that we were fucked from the season, from the beginning of the season. That's not what it is now. For one, we're bringing back players that were a part of the old playing style of the dream, I guess you can say, another era, you know, bringing back some of these players. But we're also bringing in players that have played with each other too. We need to start looking at that. We just signed 2 players who put Texas A&M in the Sweet 16, you know, in 2018. We have 2 players who helped the Mercury get to the finals last year. Okay. Like, and all this we got like off of like a little bit of chump change. Like, and we still have enough money to sign somebody to bring them in. So it's like, I don't see where there's no optimism with people. It's just like, you want the dream to be the crappy team that you think that they've been the past couple of years. That's not cool.
mean, if you think about people that follow, I mean, think about the WNBA fan base. It's not a solid fan base. It's not like people are like, oh, I'm all out for the dream. Like, let's think about, hey, me and Devon, we all can attest to this. Let's think about, you go to the standard that people have for certain teams in Atlanta. Because we've seen it with the Hawks this year, having a slow start, and the amount of people, you know, just showing straight concern of us thinking we're about to not make the playoffs, or we're not going to do this, we can't do this, we can't do that. And then you go into the Falcons with, you know, the expectations of, we're never going to say his name out here, but the expectations of a certain player on our team, and they think he's supposed to be like Superman or something. So it gets to a point where it's annoying. Like, don't expect a team to be bad because you want them to be bad. Let's
Well,
think
and
the
it's
team
really
actually want to be good. Like you should be like, oh, I'm happy we signed this player. I'm happy we signed that player
They're scared
because
that they're really scared that the culture is changing and they're not changing with it. That's what's going on. They don't
yeah,
have certain
well.
players
See
they
that
identify with like before, where they Atlanta, and I hate to say this, Atlanta just loves the flashy person, but that don't win at the end of the day. They just want somebody to talk crap, and I'm not gonna curse. I'm gonna let it be clean. Just want somebody to talk crap at the end of the day, and that's it. All they represent it. That's all they want.
is it. And see, there's a lot of people who do what we do. Talk about teams, talk about the WNBA, talk about just in general sports, and kind of hone in on like the W. There's this like notion or like this preconceived notion, I guess you can say, of certain teams, like that there has to be stinker teams that like you talk shit on, and then there has to be stinker team or good teams that you praise. I don't believe in that. I believe that each team has something to offer, and I think a small bit of not being able to be successful is that you shine that little spotlight on them that like and it's a spotlight with a little sticker on it that says "shit lamp," like you're crap. So we're just gonna keep crapping on you. I can say right
I
now,
think
there's two podcasts. I'm not going to name any names, but there's two podcasts out there that are really big, really, really, really big. They got like hundred thousands of followers, and they have like a set of teams that they literally take time out of their day to like crap on, and it's like it's creating this preconceived notion. So it's like for Dream fans, I want to know, is this really how you feel? Or is this like a media thing where like you think they're crappy because someone with an excess amount of followers that you watch their podcast on, or you listen to their podcast while you go to work or whatnot, or you watch a YouTube video that they have, is it really like your opinion, or is it just an opinion that you've acquired and now you're trying to make your opinion now, but you're a Dream fan, so it's just like you feel like,
yeah,
okay, that's something I can agree or be testament to. I think
it's the
that's what
same.
it
It's the
is.
same thing with every and like Davonte said with every sports team in Atlanta. It's the same thing. I mean, the only fan base that I truly applaud in this city is Atlanta United. I will applaud them because they have stuck through a lot. And I mean, we lost Miggy, Joseph towards ACL. I mean, we made the playoffs last year. We didn't make it far. Like, I mean, we just won a championship, literally. Like, we just won the cup. Not even 2018. So like for the amount of seasons we've had, we missed the playoffs last season, and this season we don't make it far in the playoffs. They have just been loyal. Like they're and then we had a whole bunch of stuff happen this season with the coaching, and it's the same with last season with coaching. I mean, it's a cycle where people just believe, okay, well, Hawks did the same thing last year, fired a coach in the middle of the season. Falcons did the same thing. We fired Dan Quinn week 5. And people just write teams off after that. And you have fresh starts. And now the Dream have a fresh start. Every team in Atlanta basically is having a fresh start. And it seems like people just don't care about that. They just want the old back. Like I've heard somebody say I want Dan Quinn back before, and I was just like, yeah,
What?
you're dumb. And so it's stuff like that I hear. I'm just like, yeah, like it's like a sudden shock or a sudden fear for a lot of people when change happens. Like it's scary for some people when change happens here.
They just
And
they want to keep the players that they feel like they identify with, and
yeah,
to them they identify with the players that are the rah outspoken type. But that's not what wins games at the end of the day. Or that we need a full
No,
team.
that's why
Full
they
team
shopped Dennis Schroeder out, the Atlanta Hawks. We're not
yeah,
playing with y'all. we want to win, damn it. We want to win so much. We finna change our jerseys. That's
yeah.
so
I
yeah,
mean,
I completely agree to that. I really just wish, and we spoke optimism the last couple of videos. I've been speaking optimism and being optimistic, and that's a far-fetched term, being optimistic. Being too optimistic is in a sense is insanity, because you're too much on the, okay, well, this positively can happen. No, I think that I'm in a comfortable position to say that yes, I am optimistic about the dream. Am I optimistic to the point where I think they're gonna win a chip? No, I'm not gonna go that far. The season hasn't even started yet. And that's the funny part about it is that you got all this heat on Atlanta, and the season hasn't even started yet. Hasn't even started, and you got loyal diehard fans that are literally just like wrapping up the season before the season is. We're not even in fucking training camp yet.
We haven't even got to the draft yet. But
exactly.
let's get into the transactions that we've had. This is from Dream Media, or this is the actual Dream website. So on January 5th of 2022, we extended qualifying offers from Monique Billings and Jalen Agnew. And the funny thing about that, I feel like people had a problem with that. This is before Monique signed. This is like January going into February. People had a problem with Monique signing back, or people thinking that Monique was going to leave, but we didn't need to extend, out for her contract. Yeah. But we had a conversation on your show, Isaac, about the having the tall ball lineup, kind of sort of, or having the basically having kind of sort of 3 forwards on the floor, on that and that over it depends how you want to move her around. So that's the thing about that. But so this is the 5th. So then January 6th, we signed Jalen Agnew to a training camp contract. On January 12th, we waived Tiana Hawkins. January 16th, we suspended the contract of Matty Kazarla. I don't know what we're gonna do with her. I think she's just on contract. I don't know. I really don't know what we're gonna do.
Second consecutive time wanting to stay in Spain, I believe. So I think after they might just waive her because we don't know if she still has the aspirations to play in the WNBA anymore. So I think that's just holding down.
Imagine being a star in Spain, like in your home country. Like this is what you kind of sort of dream of. So
it's like the Lou Yuri situation. We drafted her in 2019 from China. She hasn't played a single game, nor has she even stepped foot in America yet. So it's just like I take that as like baggage. That's like the little baby fat that you could, that females be trying to lose, and whatnot. Like it's literally what that is. Like I don't necessarily think that they bring anything to the team. So
I don't think. I feel like you have dreams of being in the WNBA because it's a professional league, but then you get big in your own country and be like, oh, I might as well.
Oh yeah. And I tried to find information on the Chinese player that we drafted, but I can't speak nor read Mandarin. And there's really nothing on her. I don't even know if she's playing basketball anymore.
Yeah.
So I think she played in the Euro Cup recently because I know she was doing really good there.
I don't really know too much. Like I said, I tried to look up as much as I possibly could about her.
We might
everything was coming up in Mandarin.
And then January 18th, the Atlanta Dream were awarded Megan Walker on waivers. January 31st, the Dream acquired Kia Vaughn in a trade with the Phoenix Mercury in exchange for a 2023 third-round pick, which is a steal. Look at you, like we said, we said this year. Okay, we gave away a 2023 third-round pick. Mind you, you don't even know. She just took the Mercury. She just helped the Mercury get to WNBA Finals.
So she played some key minutes too.
Yeah, and be on. You got to think of mindset. Like if you're coming in off a team that almost won a championship, you're gonna want to win a championship the next year or close or around that same time. So that was a steal for us. We signed on the 1st. We signed Tiffany Hayes and Nia Coffey, their contracts. On February 3rd, we re-signed Miss Monique Billings. On February 5th, I guess that's the day of infamy for this fan base. We traded Kennedy Carter and the rights to Lee Uri to Atlanta Sparks in exchange for Erica Wheeler, a 2022 second-round pick, which is the 15th overall pick, and we already have the 14th, and a 2023 first-round pick. So, you have 2 first-round picks next year. You'll have 2 second-round picks this year. So, you have good picks. So, that's why we always speak, optimism. And in February 15th, we signed Adia Jones and Kalia Hillsman as training camp contracts. So that was
Yeah,
basically what we had. Well, I guess I'll go through key dates. The lottery was the 19th. I mean, December 19th was the WNBA lottery, 2021. January 15th, 2022 was when we can actually start negotiating contracts. February 1st is when how we say, in NBA or NFL, when free agency starts, the season starts. So February 1st is when the season usually say starts for WNBA. And then our first game is in Dallas. We play May 7th. And then in May 11th, our home opener versus Los Angeles. Um, the All Star game this year is July 9th, and then July 26th is the Commissioner's Cup game. So that
okay,
is all
and
we
that's
have right now.
that in between tournament that they do, right?
Yeah, that's the tournament. So that's July 26th,
Okay.
which is really weird because we talked about it. I've talked about it for the NBA, like mid-season, like we have the All-Star game, and you go into a tournament, and then after break, do something like that, or you do All-Star break as just tournament style. However you put it, just to see teams play each other. But I think that's kind of weird for the WNBA because you don't have that many teams to do like a tournament style. So it'll be fun. I mean, it's gonna be a fun little couple. I guess a couple of weeks we'll get right after the All-Star game. We'll get tournament stuff. But then it's for money. They get an extra. I think they get like was it $1,000 bonus or something, like some type of bonus they get to their contract when they win.
The
So
week's pay.
basically, yeah, they're paying you to win basketball games.
Like that, yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird. It's different. You win a championship in the NBA, you kind of sort of just get your championship in a check. You get like a little bit of a bonus. They get like a huge bonus to their contracts when they win certain stuff. So it's like a money grab kind of sort of, which is so weird
Yeah.
to think about it, but that's really what it is.
To kind of go in depth on some of these players, we got two individuals from Texas A&M, which is,
Yep.
in my opinion, something that is very special. I mean, they helped bring them to the Sweet 16 in 2018, and they're not just coming with just that. Like, Indy's their all-time leading rebounder. Like, and then
Yeah.
and then Kyla comes in, and she's fifth ranked all time with 880 career double doubles. So like we're bringing a lot of defensive mindsets to the team, big bodies, but at the same time they get their shots and they protect the paint. I like this. It's another duo, another set. It's just weird that's the formula the Dream kind of went with unintentionally. Let's sign two players from Texas A&M. Let's go and get Megan Walker off of waivers, and then a couple days later we're gonna go and get Kia Vaughn, and then you get the Nia Coffey situation, sign her, and now that Erica Wheeler shipping off Kennedy, thank God, and just that's crazy. It's three sets of twos, and I think that's going to be something very special for the organization this season, especially for Coach Wright, because a lot of these players have played together in some forms in the past. So there's a lot that Coach is going to have to work with, but I think that she got it figured out. I really do.
I think the best thing for the Dream to do is try to find that next dominant big. I don't think we've had dominant center play since, or whatever you want to call dominant. I'm going to say since Erica DeSouza was here, because she was pretty good defensively, but it's like outside of that, it was like like she's just a body out there. So I'm hoping they find if it's Hillsman, if she can come out there and just be that big dominant body, because this league is ran by bigs really. So I hope we can find that person that can be consistent and set the tone.
That's what you want at this point, because let's think about it. Like you said, you want a dominant center. You want to have somebody in the paint that's kind of sort of you can rely on. And so I was gonna make a Click and Pepper joke, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna make a Click and Pepper joke. But yeah, um, I don't know. It's kind of funny looking at who we got. Like you said, it came in twos, but like it's a cutthroat league. You think about it, maybe let's say we keep all of them, but you never know. Like next season, half of them get cut. Like you just never know if it'll be a 1 year plan. How but like Pat Over said himself, he's kind of sort of he wants to build towards the future with this team. Like he got younger vets. He got vets, but they're not. They haven't been in the league for this amount of years. They're younger people. So it gets you to a point where you're like, okay, maybe we should like we said, have optimism. Just have optimism towards the situation. Like these are players that know each other, and it's not. And you got rid of the worst problems in your locker room. You got a head coach. You got a GM. You got you have the ownership. Like he said, Dan Padover said, from top to bottom, everybody's hype about this season. That's kind of sort of what you want. You want to think this season you want to take this season a game at a time, really and truly. That's what I think about. Like all of what we've done, you just got to take this season one at a time.
We tried to get a big, to get someone like a big center, whether that be either a center or a power forward. Really, we were on one of the top 3 teams that were going after Stephanie Dolson, and I thought we were going to actually sign her. I thought we actually had a moment of which that we, that was kind of like set in stone. We tried to go after Kia Stokes, but I think the Kia Stokes situation was more or less like Las Vegas knew they were going to lose Liz Candage to LA, mostly because of her going on Twitter and not really liking how they spent $1 million of their dollars of their cap space before they even like tried to formulate a good roster by signing Becky Hammond. So I think that's why Kia Stokes didn't come to LA. Now the Stephanie Dolson, I think it was a better fit for her being back home than it was her coming to Atlanta. It was more I'd rather take less money being home than going and getting big money in Atlanta and basically kind of running the risk of it being a season that we might not win a championship. And she wants a championship. I mean, that's why she went and she is playing with Sabrina now. And there's a possibility that Jewel Lloyd and Breanna Stewart might go next year to them. But there's a possibility too that we might get Breanna Stewart. We'd have enough cap space then to bring back everybody that we have now on the Dream, pay them back again, probably extend their contracts, to multi-years and still be able to sign like a Breanna Stewart or a Jewel Lloyd, or even like go and trade for like a Ogumake or any type of player like that. We'd be in a position to do something better or bigger, I would have to say, because I think that this offseason was a better offseason than the last couple seasons that we did have by bringing in a lot of people who don't necessarily play the same role too much, but they'll play the same role but don't do the same things. So it's like a different approach to each position. Yeah. I think we'd be able to come in and bring that difference maker, that factor, changer. And I think it's going to be possibly like a Jewel Lloyd or a Breanna Stewart. I think we're going to get someone like that. I mean, I've been preaching for us to get a Kelsey Plum. I love fucking Kelsey Plum. Getting someone like that on Atlanta Dream would be something very special. Something very, very special.
I think they may look towards the draft, because if they were looking towards the front court that much, especially when they were trying to get Stokes, they ended up getting Kia Vaughn. They're looking at Stephanie Dolson. I do think with that third pick, they might just try to go for Shakira Austin, and I wouldn't mind that, because you're really saying that we need a dominant post to make this team go.
How do you feel about Ryan Howard?
I think she's top 2. I would like her on the team. Because I was thinking about before they re-signed Tiffany Hayes, I was like, let's get a 3, someone big instead of keep going smaller and smaller. But I think at this point we need to just get bigger and go with the league in that way.
Yeah, I think you can't play small ball at this point. I think you gotta have some, you gotta have good post play. Like I asked, I asked Dan Padover. I was like, hey, you got a lot of post players. What do you think? Where are you going for this season? He goes for, he said it may seem like it, but we still went and got guards as well. but we start off heavy getting post players. I mean, if that's what we go, I'm not mad whatever we do in this draft. I think it's going to be a post player. Though. I don't think we're going to go small.
I
I
mean, when
don't
you
think
think about
I
what
don't
they
think you go guard.
came when Coach Wright came from, the Las Vegas Aces, they were dominant in their post play with Asia Wilson and Liz Cambage. So they start from the inside out. So I feel like that we
Yeah.
may be going for sort of a similar style of play, especially with bringing Megan Walker in, who essentially is a sniper. Tiffany Hayes, I know people had questions about her. She's still a solid 3-point shooter. Ari McDonald, solid 3-point shooter. So I think they are going to play inside out and have the game dictated that way.
Well, that,
And
and I think there's also going to be some playing time for a lot of these players. I think of like the Warriors with like Mark Jackson. Like no one really kind of played no more than like 5 to 6 minutes, and then the lineups that he had, they were spaced out to the point where like there was like no one was really tired. Like, so I kind of see that being something that the Atlanta partakes in this season, is like where everybody gets an adequate amount of playing time, but making sure that like each lineup and each defensive and offensive scheme like matches each other and matches each player. I think we do. We got a lot of factor makers. We got people who are gonna basically they're gonna protect our paint, and I think Davonte has it right. When stating we're gonna need a guard. We're gonna need some more. If our front court is looking the way that it is, our back court needs to be just the same, if not better. So
yeah, I think that's the best way of putting it. Anything you want to add, Isaac, to what you want to the show? Any topics you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of throw some names out there as far as the how like the train like roster wise, like what do you think is going to be like our starting five? Like who do you feel matches each other, like just kind of work with that. I mean, my starting five, I would have to say would be like Erica Wheeler, Tip, probably like a Monique Billings, having Kia Vaughn coming off the bench, I think is something that I'd rather prefer to see, and then having like a Ari McDonald, and possibly throwing in there like a Coffee, but that being like a starting five for me. So I mean, we can talk about that if y'all want to.
Go ahead, Davonte.
You have to go with the most experience at this point when it comes to that starting lineup, and that
Mhm.
would have to be Erica Wheeler, Tiffany Hayes, Nia Coffey, Cheyenne Parker, and Monique Billings.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
beefy lineup. I like that. That's a beefy lineup.
yeah, I'm going with Devontae on that one. I mean, he, like you said. I mean, let's think about it. That's a like you said, it's a beefy lineup, but that's a dominant lineup in the W
Have you seen
in the
Cheyenne
W
Parker
right now.
play recently, or have you seen the videos of her working out?
Yeah, she's
As
ready.
she got bigger,
She is red tea, like red,
okay.
put a fork in her. She is ready. Like she is.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the season, man. Like this shit is gonna be. It's something special. I like where we're headed. Like everything is real silent. I like that. Dan was real adamant on. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of what you guys should understand and know about, but the rest of it, like, I'm not gonna really tell you guys anything. I'm not gonna tell you guys anything at all. So I love that. I love that we're being secretive. I love that Coach Wright didn't give up any of our our approach from offense and defense. So I'm optimistic, man. I'm gonna let the haters hate, and we're gonna keep living this dream, man. And this dream is reality. So just to let y'all know.
Yeah, May can't come any sooner. I mean, like March Madness is coming up, so of course we're all kind of sort of gearing up for March Madness. But man,
and that's the
when you
time.
get past March Madness and you get into actual draft, like a couple of days, maybe a couple weeks later, like I mean, you're kind of sort of getting ready for the season because training camp starting. Like, and we're getting close. Like I think like we're going to get closer because we know March is going to fly by because every time March Madness happens, it really kind of sort of flies by because you're just watching basketball every day.
It's
So
just like.
yeah, like so, and it's like from sun up to sundown is basketball on. So I mean, it's stuff like that where you're gonna be like, you have to think we're gonna get to the season faster than a lot of people believe. And if everybody, everybody's coming in healthy, everybody's coming in, nobody's coming in like really off injury, you're gonna get to training camp. You're gonna get to, getting ready for the season. Once training camp happens, it's up. I mean, you gotta you have to be excited as soon as training camp starts because you're getting ready, like the season's starting. It's the same way with the Falcons, the same way with, any team that you watch in Atlanta. When training camp happens, you're like, what you're doing is really scouting and getting ready to see people play. That's what you're
Oh
really
yeah,
doing.
this is the best time for, say organizations within the W or within the NBA to kind of watch and look at certain prospects and see, who is gonna, who messes well with what they want in the future. And so any W fan, any Atlanta Dream fan, you should be watching women's basketball right now. I mean, it's some amazing product, that is being produced right now. Some games that, are most of which are coming down straight to the wire. So this is the time for you, for Dream fans to kind of figure out, okay, well, who do you think fits with our team? There's 3 or 4 names that have already been thrown out there by some Atlanta Dream fans, and so who do you feel? Who do you feel is the right pick for us, or even the right pick for your team if you're not a Dream fan? I love March Madness because it's such a different feel than like the NBA finals or the WNBA finals. It's just like so much adrenaline goes into it because it's so many teams that are all together, coming in as one and then stating, okay, we're all gonna go against each other, and whoever comes out of this comes out of this, and 99.9% of the time, you're not really knowing who's gonna make it to the Final
Yeah.
Four at all. So
Again, I'm gonna just shout out to Atlanta United. They got a new kit. I don't. I saw some people were mad that it was green. I don't really care that it's green or not. I mean, the way they described it is with the city in the forest. I mean, if that's that's kind of sort. If you look at Atlanta, you look at it from top down, there's a whole bunch of trees. So I guess that's what they went for. I'm not mad at it. I know a lot of people, like the gold, like the peach, like the colorways that kind of sort of match the city. They went green this year. We have actually are playing. We're playing right now. We're playing Birmingham Legion. So if you leave the show, go ahead and watch United. Um, but yeah, shout out them for they're getting new kits. Trae Young's in the All Star game tonight. So tune in. I mean, you got to watch. We got screwed last year with him not being there, so make sure he's in there and y'all watch. And if anything, if you go, I guess I'll just throw the ad in here. Go to Prize Picks. Go over to Prize Picks and use code FILA. And I'm really and truly, if you think about it, it's easy. You just put in when you set your account and they ask you for a promo code. Type in FILA and then you'll get there. You get a $25. No, it's 20. No, up to $100 deposit match. So why would you not take advantage of it? WNBA season coming up. They're going to be big on WNBA stuff. You can go in there and make prop bets on a certain player, how much they score, how many, anything that you need, what you want to bet on, you can bet on it. But yeah, that's it for us. Do you anything you want to add, Davonte?
I just wanted to add that this team is going to be a lot more attractive, especially when you realize what Dan Padover is doing. If you looked at the contracts that he handed out, they were almost all 1 year, very large contracts, just to see what the team's going to look like, how they gel. And then when a SAR that maybe wants out on another team, you're like, hey, we got all the money over here. So just look for Atlanta to be a very much a attractive free agency destination, especially how they set up the culture here.
No, it's definitely.
That's it for us, guys. Shout out Isaac for coming on. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Davonte, for coming on.
No problem. We're gonna try and do this every Sunday, right? Or try and get
hopefully
on.
Every Sunday during this summer we'll have some dream to talk about. even if it's just a
And I'm
weekend
gonna
review.
be on here as much as I possibly can in the off times, like when you guys got certain things going on, so that way we can, still produce some dream content. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of news going on, currently right now, but who's to say we sign another player? Who's to say, someone, knock on wood, someone leaves us, in front office or something, I want to
do
just
some
be
more
on top of
like
all that.
let's do some film reviews. There's film out there.
Oh yeah.
That,
Oh yeah.
And then let's think about it. We have a film. It's a lot of dream stuff we can do, y'all. It really is. It's a lot of dream stuff that we can do throughout the off season, getting you ready for the season. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. You guys know I'll be doing. I got some. I guess it's not a lot of Georgia news. We're getting the spring. Spring practice is coming out. Stetson's still here. I can't say anything else except Stetson's still here. Mark Bowers is still here. They had some people leave. I guess I don't really have nothing as much to talk about Georgia. If you want to talk about United, go ahead and talk to Ariel. He does the show most. I think it's every Tuesday or Wednesday. He's pretty consistent with it. So make sure you go over there if you want to watch United stuff. Falcons news. Dante Fowler's gone. Thank God. Like I said, go ahead and watch Trey Young show out tonight. Hopefully they give him minutes. We remember last time he was in the All-Star
I
game.
think he will. I think he'll get some minutes.
Man, last time was horrible, man. But thank you guys for coming out. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Let me go to the outro. Peace.